Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today I am going to be showing something very different for me. I am bringing in my spellbinders. This is the platform that I use for die cutting most of the time. And we are going to do something a little different with this thin cut. It is called, let's see here, Stitched Lattice Background. So you can see that there. And it's a big flat piece. And it will cut out the little holes and it will put in the stitched detailing. But I love to use thin cuts to do embossing. So here it gives me how to emboss a shape. This is the sandwich that works for the spellbinders. I have this embossing mat. It's rubbery. So you put down your platform. I'm putting down my mat. Then you need a piece of paper. So I'm just using a piece of regular old white daisy cardstock, and I'm going to put it at an angle, making sure that nothing hangs off the edges, just at an angle. And then this is the embossing plate, and that goes on the top. And what this is going to do is it is going to impress the design into the paper without cutting it, or minimally cutting it. So take that off, take this off, and you can see all those little, what would be holes, still have the little pieces of paper in there. We can get this out of the way now. I use spellbinders. I have a Sizzix that I've had forever and a day. You can use whatever machine you like to use. I am taking a trimmer here and I am going to trim just a little bit. Oops, sorry, had in the way. And then I think we're going to do a little ink blending. That one looks good. Just a little bit off of that one, and then I think this one too, just a little bit off. Just some little slivers. And get that out of the way. And I'm going to bring in just a scrap piece of paper here. Oh geez, this has got words on all the sides, doesn't matter. And I've got some distress inks. Ooh, not going to use the candied apple though. Candied apple would not be good. I use that on a different example. I'm going to use chipped sapphire and mustard seed. So I'm going to start. I'll start with the mustard seed. Take this is a ink blending tool. Start by tapping off a little bit of the ink, and then you just start rubbing. And these distress oxides blend like butter. When people say they blend like butter, they are not kidding. It's beautiful. It's smooth. And what I'm doing here in the middle is I'm not putting a lot of ink. I'm just sort of blending it out so that it's pale there. And then what I'm going to do is come from the other side. I'm flipping it around because I'm right-hand dominant and it just works better for me. This is really dark. This is that chipped sapphire. And I'm bringing that onto here, real dark at the edge. And what I'm hoping is when I get to a meeting of the colors here, we get maybe a little bit of a green look. Not sure how it'll be. I'm hoping for some green. Let's take a little more of the yellow and go over that. And yeah, it's turning a little bit green in that transition area between the two colors. So it's a little bit of a gradient look here. You just kind of keep going over it until you get the blend that you're liking. So it goes from a dark blue sort of to I would say almost, an olive green. I think that's the best description of it. And then that's it. That's all I'm going to do for my blending. And we'll give it a schmoochy more. There. And that's it. And it really goes on beautifully. I love those Distress Oxides. That's why I had them in my crafting supply for many years already. So we're going to take this off, and I have, yep, just like that. You can tuck that on the front of a card, and that looks pretty cool. You can splatter some shimmer brush on there. You want to give it a little shimmer. And then I will show you a different combination of colors. I really liked this combination. This was the yellow with the candy apple, and that really gave you that oranginess in the middle. And I really like this. So I think I'm going to use this one. This one I trimmed a little bit more off, and I think I'm going to grab my trimmer and I'm going to try to straighten the one edge off here. It's just a little bit more crooked than I'm happy with, because I used scissors to trim it, which you can do. There. That looks much better, and I think I'll catch the other side as well. It doesn't look real bad. I'll give it a little trim, as well as the top and the bottom. We'll try to just square it up, or I guess we could say rectangle it up. I need a birthday card, so we're gonna make a birthday card. And that looks better. That looks really nice. I have pre-embossed some pieces, and when I went to emboss them, I grabbed the clear rather than the white. And as soon as I dumped the powder, I knew it was the wrong color. And I thought, well, heat it up, see what happens. And I like it. I like that clear on the black. I think that looks really neat. So I'm gonna take some glue, and this is what I have planned here. I'm gonna stick a little glue here under the happy, and I am going to stick the birthday right under the happy. I'm going to try to center it. And that'll make it all one piece. And then I will use a little bit of 3D tape and pop this up. You can use any kind of 3D foam tape you have. If you have, the little squares or all the little things. So many choices. We do sell 3D tape. This just happens to be something that I picked up along the way. That's okay. You do you, boo. Isn't that how that goes? I'll remove the backing off of the tape. And I will get it placed on the card front. I'm gonna just center but toward the top, like that. And then I used our alphabet. It's a brand new alphabet thin cut. Let's see if I can find them to show them to you. It's like this. And there are numbers. This is the lowercase, this is the uppercase, and we do have coordinating stamp sets. I think there is a whole big bundle that you can buy the stamps and all of that's what I did. The thin cuts, upper lowercase, and the 2 stamp sets for upper lowercase. I'll have to show you, I'll try to do a video showing where you stamp with those. It really is a neat look. But for now, we're just going to go with a simple punched out thin cut. What do you call it? Good golly, Miss Molly. Just the thin cuts today. These turn in double nickels. So, and I am not going to try to make it perfect. I am just going to put them on there a little bit wonky. Just like that. Hashtag 55. And then a little glue on the back side. And you can see, I'll show you how the back side looks with that embossing. That would be a neat way to use the piece as well, where all that embossing sticks out on the back side. I think that's really neat. Well, there comes the glue. Sometimes the glue gets wonky. And I'm not happy with how that glue looks. So I am just going to do a couple of strips. This is just a card base I made out of my stash. And I'll just run a couple of things of tape on there just to make sure it stays adhered. And there you go. Now I really like how that clear embossing looks on the black. That is really cool. And then we can do a little glittery, splattery. You could even, if you wanted to, take time and put a little bit on there. The other thing that's fun to do is to take your clear shimmer brush and put it over the black cardstock. It gives it a glittery look as well. There we go. Job done. Happy birthday, number 55. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed day. I'll see you next time.